Are you going to the meeting in May?
You should go. I'm gonna go. In Norway?
You think I'm gonna go to that shit to hear some people? You're killing my pets. You need to stop because
It's
we
fun.
love them.
It's podcast time!
You're so disgusting.
Welcome back to the Reptiles with Podcast. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Chilling like a villain.
Hell yeah. Well, I just came back from Georgia.
Nobody gave us a fuck.
Why not?
You didn't go herping. You didn't find a thing.
I did find a thing at Repticon.
Oh yeah.
I found lots of
Retics and berms.
Bro, that was like the coolest thing. Like,
That's so hilarious
I haven't
to me.
seen a berm in person in like, I mean, I live close to the Everglades, so at least like 3 days. I'm kidding.
I saw one on my way to work today.
No, but it was definitely cool to see.
You have a bolt gun?
A what?
Oh my god, no.
Fuck.
No.
They had a table just for the bolt gun.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, it was cool to see anacondas. It was cool to see. I think that was the first time I saw an anaconda. Ever.
They're cool.
You don't go outside to a zoo or nothing?
I was
They're
like,
outside
I
here, too.
know. He was like, you don't go outside. I'm like,
he
where
doesn't-
the
yeah, I
fuck
don't
in
do
Brazil?
nothing. I'm
You know, I've
literally
never seen in person. I've never seen the scrub python in person. Never. Any of the genus. Never.
Yeah?
It's so sad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody
You
gave
were
a
just talking about the
fuck.
anaconda, so I'm like,
Nobody gave him a fuck.
it's so sad. I'm sad.
All right. So, yeah, on the fucking bolt gun topic, I guess we got to give our updated thoughts and opinions on this shit.
Yeah.
A lot
I'm
more
not going to
came
lie
out.
to you. Our timing, we thought the timing was great. And it fucking
No.
wasn't, because the second that podcast went out,
You see,
everything came.
Yeah,
like, all
that
this new
shit pissed me off because, like, how you got the whole story and you're gonna put out 25% and then
Yeah.
25% and then 25%. Like the way Donnie
No.
does.
25%, 25, and then nothing else.
Yeah, and then like the way Donnie does it, it was like, all right, hold on, guys, boom, comes out with a whole bunch
Body
of
cam
shit.
footage,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I'm
here you
like,
go.
okay, here we go.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we can now we have a story, but no, USARK said here's 25% and only
Holy
our
Thursday
side.
Massacre.
Yeah, like only our side of the story. Like,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
But hey,
like,
they did their job. And they did it well.
What?
Fear mongering.
oh,
You're an
for
idiot.
Sure.
They put a lot of
You're an
fear,
idiot.
and dude, the
it's
entire
going.
community.
That shit is
Look,
boiling.
Every
No,
time
but listen,
FWC, every
listen.
time FWC Research on Instagram posts anything,
but
the
listen.
entire community is just like bitching in the comments, like just saying
No, but
everything. They don't even care. They're
Listen,
just like, oh, is this a boa?
Listen, I will say it's gonna the fear mongering itself. There are some things that they could push for and still pull this off.
But what do
correctly.
you think of what they did, of what they're saying about this specific thing is fear mongering?
So when they started with the story with the 25%, right? They started with a little piece of the story because of
Okay.
course the rest of it it's too mid. So I saw people watch this. I think I sent it on the chat. I saw people at first 25% of the story goes out and everybody's going crazy because it's only one side of the story. They didn't say, yo, this is what happened. They didn't talk about the body cams or nothing.
To be honest, they didn't
Once-
have much. They just had Chris' video.
Yeah, but
They
then
only
you
had
hold
Chris'
on,
video.
bro. Hold on and get your shit. But then,
Yeah.
Donnie puts out the other video, and then I see people's stories just switch, and they go, "Wait a minute, it's not exactly what we thought. It's still fucked, but it's not exactly what we thought." I sent one of the stories of the girl.
Oh. Well,
Well, it is what it is.
it is what it is.
So whenever
Well,
she
you
puts
guys
it-
were talking over each other, so chances are that didn't even come out.
Yeah. So that comes out, right? That comes out, and then people are like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
But she also didn't have information, so it's kind of like it's just her speculation.
No,
So
no,
like, okay,
no.
but
She
that makes
wasn't
sense.
guessing. She wasn't
That
guessing.
kinda lines up.
What she said on her story was, "Wait a fucking minute. The story isn't full." Then she watches the body cam and she goes, "Wait a fucking minute. It's not exactly what they said it was. It's bad, but it's bad enough to put out. You could take that story and put out the bad and be okay." But they made it like, yo, this was horrible. They showed up just to kill the snakes.
Yeah.
When that is not exactly the fact.
Yeah.
That is not
But I
exactly
mean,
the fact.
they have
Coffee
some-
has a lot of fault in this.
Yeah.
And they don't say that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but
but-
there's some worth to some people being like, hey, look, a bunch of the animals that we like are being killed, and nobody cares. You know, and it's like, yeah, like I said it on the last episode when we were talking about this. They could never do that with dogs or cats and post it. Horses, never.
And post it,
Never.
but it happens.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But the entire community would be insane. PETA would be insane. Everybody would
Yeah.
lose their minds. Nobody
Yeah.
cares about the retics and berms. And I think in that sense, USR is like, yeah, look what happens. Nobody cares about us. You
Yeah,
know?
and
I'm like,
and
yeah,
this part's
that's
like,
sad.
bro, like in my mind, I'm like,
Especially
yo,
with the mistake.
yeah,
the mistaken boa.
That's another thing. They push the mistake of the boa as something that it's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that right now. But that is the perfect thing to fucking pull.
Mm.
Like that card is the card. The boa is the card they can win. Not the
Okay.
retics, not the
Yeah.
pythons. The
Yeah.
boa is
But
the
this
card
is
that they
this
can
is the
win.
thing. Okay, I think that we're shitting a little bit too much on coffee right now. Cause
every single side.
Okay.
Like I'm not even picking FWC. Like what they did is fucked.
Yeah, because my thing is that like he did say in the body cam footage, he was saying how he was like, yo, like I have been trying to contact you guys about either moving certain things or any kind of issues that he was having with the timing of the stuff.
He did.
You know, and you guys were not complying with me. I was trying to talk with you, and I mean, we know. I don't know about you, but Tino knows that trying to get information from FWC is a pain in the fucking ass.
Oh, they still haven't responded to my email.
Well, yeah,
I've called FWC and I've gotten 3 different answers to my questions.
I will say this: if you have an officer, it's way easier.
Yeah.
To contact. Yeah. So like at my job, I can literally call whoever it is.
Well, he was saying in the video, like I was talking to you and you weren't getting it.
Well, no, he said you said you were gonna get back to me and you never did.
Yeah, but now he gets charged with some shit for having it for an extended period of time.
But this is the thing.
He can fight charges.
This is the thing. The law says this is the amount of time you have. It doesn't matter what the fuck happens. Like suspended license. Yo, I was literally on my way to like renew it. You're gonna get a ticket because the law says this is the line. Once you get close to the line, you are supposed to freak the fuck out. You have your officer. He didn't answer last time. Blow this motherfucker shit up. He didn't get back to you. You get to him.
Or there's a time if you didn't sell in time, you say free retic. Buy one, get one.
Get rid of
that's
this.
That's something that somebody in Georgia did tell me, and it's not my point of view, but to reiterate, somebody was just like, well, if he really wanted to get rid of the animals so he didn't get in any trouble, he could have just given them away or sold them.
Send them out of state. He could have done that, but he didn't.
No.
And that was his choice. So the python part, I feel bad for the animals that died. I don't feel bad for him at all because you had time to get rid of those animals. Those animals are high end. Somebody's gonna want them.
Too. That I was like, had mentioned it, or if we're not gonna say her name, whatever. She had said like, he didn't want to take care of these animals anymore, and I'm like, that's an interesting point. He now has to keep 30 some odd large constrictors, and he went to the point where he's like, FWC, come, don't charge me, come and euthanize them so I also don't have to take care of them anymore. And in my head, I'm like, it's kind of evidence why we shouldn't have large constrictors as pets, isn't it? If the breeders themselves don't want to keep these animals.
You don't think that because he was like, hey, you guys come and euthanize these animals, if that's the case, and then the FWC officers come way later, and then they're like, well, we're charging you for all this time.
He could have grandfathered.
No, he got charged
if he knew he was heading for the deadline, he could have been like, hey, I need a grandfather permit these animals.
Yeah, he got
because
charged.
I'm not able to.
I think in the body cam, it says that they couldn't give him the grandfather.
Past that deadline.
Because he fucked up. Because he fucked up.
He could have probably still microchipped the animals, registered them.
When he was trying to contact them to get that
The officer said these were your options. You could have been grandfather, and you had to apply for that and get the enclosure.
But he didn't want to keep those animals.
And if you see Cam Kennan's video, which he does one, you can see how the enclosure of Cam Kennan. Like, this is the thing. Everybody's like, oh, they're here to kill your animals. What about everybody else's animals? Why is he the only one this happened to?
Dude, literally the last episode we were talking about, I was like, no FWC officer is going to go there to lose their job.
No,
they're there for a reason.
He fucked up. That deadline was there. That deadline.
I will say,
if your license is suspended from here to here, if you do something after that, you get caught. You're gonna get charged.
I will say also with the charge, they did force quote because he couldn't move them or euthanize them. For 11 months, which is too long. That's too long.
I feel like he could have fought that. They just
and he could have. He could have been like, hey, I'm keeping these animals this long. They're costing me money.
Either that, or be like, yo, y'all can take this shit. I don't have enough money to pay for the food. He could have said something like that.
I think the biggest thing that I've learned through this is timing, with how like quick we did it. Because I think Kennan's video has been like the best video that I've seen.
I want to forget Clint.
Oh, Clint is gonna do a live stream about it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. I want to see him.
When is he gonna do that?
I just saw his announcement
he said
video
he puts it on his Instagram. But
by the time this is out, it's probably out.
But the thing is like everybody's emotionally attached to the snakes, which I fucking get it. But like, and everybody's attacking FWC. I've seen people saying that they're gonna defund. US Sarge said on one of the videos, they were like, oh, FWC is not equipped for this. We should have like either no organization or something else. I'm like, what do you want? USDA?
Are you gonna do it?
You want USDA?
This is the thing.
Because somebody has to. And going back to what we talked last time, they don't have to know the species. And in this case, they did not misidentify the snake. Everybody keeps saying they didn't.
I think, to be honest, that it was just they were doing one after the other, after the other. They didn't stop with each individual.
Nobody has to know. Nobody has to know. He told them. The fuck up wasn't they misidentified a snake. The fuck up is they fucking
They were in
did
the
not
moment.
pay attention.
They were in the moment.
And then there's people
Yeah.
saying like, oh, they're acting, but they wanted to kill it. Bro, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's a big fuck up.
Huge.
Obviously, whoever does that is fucked.
Yeah,
you know?
that
like,
guy either lost his job, suspension, something bad happened.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
but
think there's nothing better than the smell of coffee in the morning. Okay? There's also nothing better than the smell of reptiles in the morning. Psych. Reptiles with coffee. That's the smell you want. The strongest coffee, all right? We have it for you. Head on over to the description or go to coldbloodedcaffeine.com and use the code REPTILESWITH to get your Reptiles with coffee today.
That's insane.
I think that an issue that's going around is that everybody is posting their emotional
Yep.
responses
Instead of looking
And
at everything.
When we get emotional and we're like blowing up, these arguments are lacking nuance.
Yep.
You know, and the reality is that these lawmakers don't give a fuck about our emotions. They don't give a shit about that.
Well,
you know,
the emotions are not what run this
Eh,
shit.
but then that's what I'm trying to say. And then I had somebody tell me that it wasn't, you know, like, oh, everybody's attacking FWC, but it wasn't FWC that killed those animals. It was these
The
officers.
individuals?
Yeah, but you know, with my perspective on that, I'm like, well, that doesn't really make sense because it's like if those people had a little more training and knowledge and the patience that it took to do that procedure very, you know, precisely. As a matter of fact, I think they ended up like training one guy on the spot to do, you know, the
bolt
euthanizing.
gun,
You know,
yeah.
that maybe
You
they
know what
would
would've been better
Maybe
if
they
they were
would have
like,
made
"Hey,
different
Coffee,
choices.
because you're being charged or whatever, you have to take pictures of all these animals and submit it to us. Then when they go to euthanize
Yeah.
the animals, they're like, all right,
Yeah.
this is the one, this is the one.
Yeah,
kill.
yeah.
I
This
just
is
think,
the one,
I
this is
just
the
think
one.
that if
But-
they were better equipped, they could have probably made different decisions. Something that I did notice, something that they posted today was somebody posted on like a Facebook group all these like officers like personal like numbers.
Yes, I tagged you guys in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I tagged you guys.
I
was
feel like that's a little far. I mean, let like nature take.
oh, I
its
mean, that guy's
course,
promoting
legal.
harassment.
Yeah.
The guy who posted that is
Oh.
Yes.
promoting harassment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, that's like
Go ahead, do
That's
your
public
thing, but go
information.
ahead.
You
Yeah.
can do what you want.
Yeah.
But that he's promoting
Yeah.
harassment.
And then
No, it's gonna backfire. All this is gonna backfire.
I think-
the only thing that they can pull is the boa.
Well, this is the thing, but now what I'm noticing is that some people, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to come and defend FWC or
No,
or
they
go
fucked
against,
up.
Yeah,
they
fucked
fucked up.
Yeah, or go against any of like US ARC or any of these keepers, but it's just like now then people are starting to attack like, oh, FWC had this file, dude.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, timestamp that because we can't say that word on the platforms. We could say pedia file. PDF.
No.
PDF file. You can say
Uh,
PDF
okay.
Don't
file.
say file. Don't say. It sounds too close.
Something PDF. There's
Yeah.
some guy came out that he was a PDF document, and he works for FWC, and everybody's like, "Look, it's FWC," and I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
that's like low hanging
Because
fruit."
they can
and
do the same thing back, bro.
Yeah.
There's those people in the reptile community. There's murderers
Yeah.
in the reptile community.
Okay.
There's creeps. There's like
Scumbags.
all types,
Yeah. I
drug
just think-
dealers. There's everything.
I just think that it's low hanging fruit, and it's like fuel for what's about to come in May.
Guys, all white people don't look the same. Okay.
You're an idiot.
They don't even look similar.
But I think it's all of it is like people are trying to. Some people, I'm not trying to generalize
Yeah.
too much, are trying to really grasp at these straws because of the legislation stuff, the meetings
Mm-hmm.
that are coming in May. That it's very important. So I feel like there's a lot of attention on this specifically.
and
for
US
that.
ARC wants a whole bunch of people to show up, but then if you show up and it's like you guys support like PDF people, like that's not true.
But
So
look,
then
that's
you're
what-
there talking shit.
that's
for no
what-
reason.
The US ARC is an organization that needs support. They need people to be
Bro,
on their
they're
side.
milking
and
it.
this was
They're-
just an example
Bro,
for them to be
I feel
like, yes,
bro,
you need
listen.
to trust
US
us.
ARC was falling off because they had nothing else.
Yeah, but-
and finally they got the lost straw, and guess what they do? Yo, support us and support over there, and then Coffee over here, $250,000
Yeah, okay.
GoFundMe.
But wait.
They did a good job. I sent you guys the GoFundMe. Did you guys read the description? of it?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
That there explained the situation a lot to me. That was like, I understand what happened.
Can you pull
get
it
it
up?
a lot.
Can you
Yeah,
pull
yeah,
it?
It's
I
too
don't
much.
know
Don't read the whole
Or
thing.
just
yeah,
like
don't read the whole
paraphrase
That
some
shit
of
is
it.
like 5
Yeah.
paragraphs
So
long.
this is my thing though. It's like, I mean, US ARC has this thing to talk about right now. How else do you expect an organization doing what they do? Like, how else do you expect them to react?
No,
to the
I'm
situation?
not saying it's a bad thing. Like we're
Okay.
congratulating them for
Got
the
you.
reaction.
Okay.
Like that's what they needed.
Yeah.
Now people are taking it too far, including them, because they're just trying to grab onto whatever string. They killed retakes. technically, legally. They use a bolt gun in their pets. That's how people kill like a whole bunch of other animals. Like they're just trying like the retics were killed like this. That's inhumane. Technically, yeah, but how do you kill rats?
Yeah, so
you know, it's like
the actual. So you're saying is that the actual argument is that what the bulk of it is like, okay, this is processed, but it's specifically the boa.
The boa they can win.
Yeah,
the boa they can win because it's not illegal. They destroyed a legal thing that man owned.
Yeah,
that is a case and a half,
dude. I think it's
within itself.
I think it's insane how big this is getting. Where they fucking talking about it on the news.
Yep.
Fucking they spoke about it on Joe Rogan, which I thought was fucking crazy. I was like, yo.
He don't give a fuck.
I know those people.
He don't give a fuck though.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit. Well, he gave a shit where he was like, I don't want to watch it, but he doesn't give a shit about snakes.
Yeah, he's like, who the fuck keeps those things?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's they play the cards right now. What happens after is just gonna be interesting because they're gonna try and bring FWC down, quote unquote. Good fucking luck. Like the way they're going about it is trying to take it that you're not gonna be able to. This is going to blow over. And once it blows over,
is that an argument that people are actually trying?
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
To take out FWC. I don't think.
Bro, Facebook.
I haven't like
a whole bunch of people going defund FWC and all this bullshit. They're not equipped for this. Somebody else should, and somebody else is USDA. But what I saw one of the videos on USARC, they didn't say who they wanted to come up. They said FWC wasn't it. Like they're overreaching, whatever. And somebody has to run it because of the bullshit that these people in the community do.
I strongly think that if there's going to be a sector in government that's going to be watching over this industry, this community, that there needs to be an organization like specifically in charge of these kinds of things. And because I get where you're coming from, because you say it, FWC is for the conservation, it's for the wildlife or whatever. It's like, okay, but why do you task them with doing shit that clearly they don't have a grasp on?
Yeah, but we also, especially Florida, overlapped it too.
What do you mean?
Invasive species.
Okay, but then
who's gonna defend
But then
that?
you could have like some kind of subsection in FWC that specifically handles these kinds of things, specifically in the pet trade. But it's still broad FWC. But when you have an officer that maybe just came off of like spending the day on a boat watching over fishermen, go in and then be like, okay, now I need to check this random guy's reptile community.
But that's
like
literally what they do all around, dude. That's literally what they do with mammals and other shit.
But I get what you're saying, but that doesn't
who's
mean...
paying for it? Plus, who's paying for that? Conservation money goes into that.
Us, dog. We're paying with our tax dollars.
So instead of conservation, focus more on...
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that...
Because it's the same officers. They use the same officers for both.
That's the point that I'm trying to make, Chuck. I'm saying that there should be other people... There should be a subsection in FWC...
That means more money.
Yeah.
Separated to that corner and taken away from conservation.
No.
I'm not for that. I'm not for that. It would.
Well, I
it
guess
would have to.
When you say
it would
like,
have to.
Yeah, well,
I'm not for that. Fuck that.
I would be fine with that because we pay them yearly money. Everybody in the community for our permits and stuff like that. Maybe that should be the funding for that.
Is it that much? To make it
I mean, how many? We don't have the data to say.
Yeah, we don't. You know, but like that's another thing. Like, is it enough?
Just me. Let's say it's $50 a year. I mean, it's not a lot of money. But,
it's not.
But let's say we made it a little bit more expensive. $100 a year. Whatever. I fucking have a business. You know, I could spend $100 a year for my fucking permit, right? And then, you got your class 3 permit? Yeah, so that's me. You want to get yours. You want to get yours.
Actually, FWC, you have to email me about my class 3 permit.
Okay. Well, we all have our fucking permits. And this is the point that... It's $200. Oh, and it's $200 in Georgia. You know, and...
Yeah, but it depends where the money, like... There's way more than just making this.
Like, I think but what I'm saying is that we are giving money to this organization for our permits. So maybe that money gets allocated for a subsection in the broader, company.
That money's supposed to go to conservation, not that though.
Okay, but
so you're this is
no. I get what you're saying.
This is the thing with that.
Now I'm taking money away from conservation.
With that view, that's what. USARC says, oh, conservation's this, conservation, that's my fucking ass, bro. I feel like these are the two organizations. You have FWC.
Did you find it?
So, like...
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay. FWC are developers and shit.
Hilarious.
You fucking idiot. FWC,
I sent it to the phone that's recording
shit,
this.
right? Ran by developers, they're the ones running shit, blah, blah, blah. USARC says, hey, they're developers, they're fucking biased, whatever. US Ark. What is US Ark? A whole bunch of pet keepers that all they give a fuck is about animals in captivity.
To be honest, FWC isn't about conservation. They're a bunch of cops. There are other organizations that actually do the conservation work.
But they have to run through FWC. Is what
they're the cops.
They don't have to, like, FWC directly. FWC doesn't directly work with the conservation. They work with the people that do conservation. So the organizations go through them. That's what FWC. FWC is like a middleman to both groups. Let's say conservation and pet keeping, whatever. So 2 organizations that are biased because they're ran by the people that want to do their own thing. So to me, they're the exact same thing. They're like politics. 2 different sides of the same exact bullshit. And the truth is usually in the middle. That's how I see it. Both are fucking bullshit.
Gotcha.
Or just limited.
What do you
like
mean?
the truth isn't revealed. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah, but it's usually in the middle.
But man, I will say USARK did. Their goal was to garner more like attention towards them.
Yes,
and they did it.
They did it for sure. Yo, props on that.
They did it.
Props on that.
So many people.
Props on
so
that.
many people.
Yeah. But this is what happens. This is what happens. Everybody's on it because it's the talk of the time. You're getting money right now.
Yeah.
That's gonna fall.
Also, hopefully this changes how these animals are euthanized, because obviously these animals were still alive when the Vulcan was administered.
Yeah, but bro,
like,
I think it was.
They gotta change that.
You gotta change the way we kill rats. You gotta change the motherfuckers that freeze reptiles and put them in freezers, because that's a fucking thing.
No, but this is different because I'm paying tax dollars for them to do that.
Yeah, it's still
for them to euthanize animals inhumanely.
My other problem with that whole argument is y'all motherfuckers just, it's a pet, it's different. That's a feeder. To somebody that's a pet.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I pay FWC. I paid that guy's wages to kill those animals. You know, he might as well do it right. I don't pay anybody else's wages to go ahead and kill animals for me.
Technically, they do that with a lot of animals.
I think in Kenan's video.
But I'm saying this is evidence to say, hey, this needs to change, because that clearly didn't kill those animals.
Probably, but it's always gonna be fucked.
I think in Kenan's video he had mentioned that how strong reptiles are, and how the word's not coming to me, but he was saying resilient. You know, that probably a bolt to the head is not going to kill that animal instantly. No, you know, especially if you get it wrong. So you're doing that, and there's a high probability that animal is just suffering.
Yep.
You know, and that doesn't seem the most quote unquote humane way to do the thing.
Another reason people like to argue that people just don't care. They don't care that retics and berms and boas are dying because they don't care.
No, that's
only the reptile people care.
No, but they do that with tons of different animals. The way they do pigs, and they do other things.
But people would be in uproar about that if it was posted.
Bro, people do it all the fucking time.
If it was public.
Yeah, and people post it. It's just nobody pointing it out. It's what it is. But people post it all the time. I know a guy right now that I know very well. He raises pigs, and he fucking posts when he fucking stabs them. That's crazy. It's not nice.
No, yeah.
That's the way, and it's illegal.
Well, because people eat pig. People are okay with them dying.
That next to a reptile, that shit feels way more. It's aware of way more. It should,
but I don't think it does.
What do you mean?
I don't think people care.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think people will see a pig, cow, or chicken die and be like, yum.
Yeah, but this is the thing. People in their heads say, but this is a pet. That changes the animal's experience.
No,
it doesn't.
No, of course it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Of course it doesn't.
It fucking doesn't. No. Whenever these fucking reptile stores grab a rat by the tail and smash it against the ground, you're breaking the back. You're not killing it.
No, yeah.
You fucking idiot. But they don't care because why? Because it's a feeder. It's in your head. Yeah. So it's y'all motherfuckers.
It's the same thing with pigs, cows, and chickens. They're like, that's just a feed. That's something I eat. It has to die.
Exactly. In the form of death, nobody gives a fuck about. So now you say, it's a pet. It has to be different. Mind you, somebody comes to my house with that bullshit. You ain't killing shit.
Trigger warning. All of that trigger warning.
Yeah, it's like somebody's coming to my house.
Listening to this right now, fuck.
Somebody's coming to my house, you gonna get charges. I'm gonna get some charges, but you get the fuck out of my house.
I did have one. So there was a parent with his daughter. He came in, and this girl's probably they came in and they were saying what are the rats for? I'm like, that's to feed the snakes. And they're like, I could never have a snake. They eat meat. And then I'm like, that's a.
Did you just fucking roast these fucking people?
Okay, look, because I'm like. I said, oh my gosh. I was like, then you must be vegetarian because, you eat meat all the time. There's nothing to say that there's no difference.
My God.
It's like they need to eat meat. You eat meat. It's like, it's not really that horrible an idea, Yeah. And then she's like, I don't eat meat. And then the parent goes, you eat hamburgers. And she's like, that's not meat. And then I was like, this is no longer my conversation. I need to remove myself.
That was a very awkward car ride home. All right, I'm going to read a couple comments.
She starts crying.
If you want to support us, head on over to modernreptileshop.com or in the description where you can find our merch. And the best part is that a percent of the proceeds from the merch gets donated to conservation. One more time, that's modernreptileshop.com or head on over to the description.
Bro, what the fuck?
I'm going to read a couple comments from the last podcast that we did.
Okay.
And obviously, if you want to chime in and stuff like that, this is something that we've done a couple times now. Read some of these comments, so comment below.
Absolutely.
Like, follow, subscribe, and share with your reptile loving friends. All right. If they're going to kill pets, they need to be able to identify them, period. That's 100% part of the job. It's absurd to say that's not.
It ain't.
Yeah, I think if you are there to kill an animal, you didn't know what that animal is.
But no. What they mistaken wasn't the species. What they did was not listen to this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like the expert was in there. The
Yeah.
owner. The
Yeah.
owner said, "Yo, that motherfucker right there is a boa. It says it, boa."
Yeah.
The
Not
problem
this one.
was, the problem was,
they were in the moment.
yeah, they were in the moment. And another thing I will say, a lot of people oversee this shit, but in the video and the conversation is, goddamn, this sucks. Mm-hmm. Nobody talks about that shit when they're like,
No.
goddamn, this fucking sucks,
This
bro.
hurts. Yeah.
This fucking sucks. They're so beautiful. This fucking sucks.
I'm not going to lie to you. Every time I see the guy's face, I kind of chuckle because he's just like...
Yeah, the reactions, like,
he's like-
they know... Yeah. They knew they fucked up, but nobody talks about, like, they didn't want to.
Yeah.
They didn't fucking want
I mean,
to.
I know people that
They
this
should've
video
been-
was sent to that don't keep reptiles themselves, like family
Yeah.
members and stuff. And dude, it was hard for them to watch. Like I can't
Yeah,
watch
for
that shit.
sure.
My dad said it to me. He was like, yo, I just saw shit on the news. I
Yeah,
was like, yeah,
for
dude,
sure.
it's crazy.
For sure.
I wonder, another comment here, I wonder if there wasn't a personal beef with the FWC officer and the Python owner.
I thought that at first.
Okay.
I thought that at first. But no, that motherfucker did not follow through. That's
No.
what it is. Like,
Yeah.
the law ended that day. They're not... Like, they think... They should have given him more time. That's not how law works. The law passes, and that's law.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the law, like, the president is not going to go like, oh, yo, Pepe over there is not ready for the law. He's not ready. Like, we need 3 more murders. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a deadline. That deadline is it,
I'll
bro.
say too. A lot of people were saying about the guy in the gray shirt. I don't know. He's like posing with the snakes. And he's not posing for a picture. He has to show that they're dead.
Yeah,
He has to be like, look.
That's evidence.
The animal's
All
dead.
that photos go to the public.
Yeah.
Recognized boa or not, the other snakes could have been moved out of state. Who cares about a timeline? Truth is, there were of no harm, locked in nice enclosures and nice facility, no excuses.
Nice enclosures.
Should have granted him more time. If they had a beef with him, now they got a beef with the entire animal community.
No, that's the thing. Like, the enclosures, mind you, garbage.
Garbage.
Just garbage. That's a large ass snake. Let's
Most
start with
people
enclosures.
should not keep large
That's
constrictors.
just garbage. But you cannot extend the time frame. It is law.
I think
need to-
it is possible for them to have done so. If he's constantly contacting them and he actually
But
got
this
them
is
and
the
be
thing.
like,
But
hey,
this is the
I
thing.
need some
But
more
this is the
time,
thing.
then they
Law
could have
doesn't-
been like, you know what, sure,
Bro, law
fine.
doesn't give a fuck. That's everybody's fault. He should have, bro.
But
he should have gone
he
to his
already had it
officer and be
extended.
like, yo, motherfucker,
Yeah,
I need this.
yeah.
Because the law does not bend for nobody, bro. No. You can't just murder somebody and say, like, whoopsie, no. Like, you can't just go, again, like, driving without a driving license and go, like, yo, I need 1 more week. They're not going to do that. That's not how law works. Once law passes, the end.
Yeah.
You cannot bend it. That's just how it works. These
I mean, no,
just...
the law bends. The law bends.
Go ahead.
Look, because you get pulled over, they're like, you're like, oh, I'm on my way to get my license renewed.
But
The
that
officer can say,
that is-
all right,
Yeah, go ahead.
all right, go.
Go
Or
ahead.
they can say,
Bro,
I'll follow you.
Go ahead.
So you could go and do it.
Go ahead after everything is already on paper and
But
put
it's
up there.
possible.
That's the officer
It's
himself.
possible.
No, but
It
listen.
can happen.
Listen, the officer himself can't do that.
No, the officer can't
corporation
do that.
itself, they cannot.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I'm
can.
saying.
They can. The corp can do
No,
that.
they cannot.
Yeah, why not?
If they know the officer is going there for something, Tino, they already know. Everybody back upstairs knows. It's not like the officer just showed up there and nobody
No,
knows
right,
he's
right,
there.
right.
You just the stupidest
All right,
thing.
best comment on this. Oops.
Jeez. Damn.
But yeah, like, law doesn't bend. I'm sorry, but law doesn't bend. I'm not saying that they're right. I'm saying, like, this motherfucker fucked up and wanted the law to bend for him. I'm sorry, bud, but if it has to bend for you, it has to bend for everybody else.
I don't think that he wanted. I don't think that
This-
he
this
wanted
next
the
guy-
law. Sorry, hold
Sorry,
on.
yeah.
I don't think he wanted the law to bend for him. I think that he tried to reach out to resolve some of those things. Yes, I do think maybe he could have figured out a way to move some of the animals a little faster, but he tried to be in contact with them.
Bro,
and then
last thing he said is like, yo, you said you were going to get back to me, and you never did. Motherfucker, blow this motherfucker's phone up.
but we
You
don't know.
You
but
know
we-
the outcome.
We don't know if he didn't do that. We don't
know.
We
Yeah.
don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know.
allegedly.
Come on, dude.
Allegedly. Look
Come
at this.
on,
look at this.
dude.
The next comment was from a guy whose name is Leper Messia. Leper. His first name is Leper, and he's from Norway, and he's like.
He
the
thought
rest
that
of the
was funny,
world
dude.
can also USR.
You're fucking roasting this guy that's leaving a comment on our fucking video.
You're a great dude, guy.
And he thought it was
He's from
funny.
fucking Norway.
He
He's from
thought it
Norway.
was
He's
funny.
trying to do US Arc in Norway.
He says that he can.
Norway Arc.
Norark.
No Arc.
Narc.
No way Arc.
No way.
You guys are so lame right now, dude.
Are you going to the meeting in May?
You should go. I'm gonna go. In Norway?
You think I'm gonna go to that shit to hear some people? You're killing my pets. You need to stop because
It's
we
fun.
love them.
You
I'm
go.
good. Bro.
I definitely.
It's a waste of time.
I definitely got a comment at the Atlanta show that was like, "You have to go. You
Yeah.
have to take the podcast."
But think about it. If like let's say
where are you gonna put
if.
it? Like if you get an Airbnb or something.
Somebody said they were like, "Oh, just set." Was it you? They're like, "Oh, just set it up in the back." Just set up, and I'm just like calling it play by play. Oh shit, Ronnie Barreto just said this shit. Dog.
It's already recorded. It's already public. We just go up to the commissioners and be like, "Oh, scoot over. This is my seat. I'm supposed to stay
We're
here."
up top next to Rodney. Rodney, your comments. Rodney, it's like a UFC post fucking press conference.
No, we go with our chairs. We pull up another chair. Oh, Rodney, this is yours. This is yours.
As
Sit
they're
down.
about to start the meeting, I'm like, hold up. Welcome back to the Reptiles With Podcast.
We're here live
testing,
at the
one, two.
FWC commission meeting.
Testing, 1, 2. Oh, that'd be great, dude.
Oh, fuck.
That's great. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Because look, think about it. Let's say it ends right there. The reptile community done. I mean, they're not gonna end it. They're gonna have
Jesus
some time.
Christ.
But let's say a white
gonna
list.
take some time.
Let's say
Yo,
a white.
Rodney's gonna be on the thing. Hey guys, the reptile community's over. It was nice seeing you guys here. Today was your last day. We have coffee in the back.
We have a bunch of officers ready to go to your
We got
houses.
the reptiles with coffee in the back.
Oh my god.
Yoshi's back there signing your coffee bags.
No, but like let's say a white list comes out. They're like, hey, it's a white list. Wouldn't you want to be there for that moment?
No.
To see it all burn down? You would not. I would. I'd be like, damn, it's happening. I'm a part of it. I mean,
Yo, somebody, I forgot where it was. It was a Facebook group. It's always a Facebook group, right? They were like, oh, it would cost for them to run like I guess like the assessment of like species for a whitelist. It would be like $10,000 per species.
What do you mean?
Like somebody was saying that like that's how like for them to allocate the funds to be able to do that kind of research to see if it would have each species would have an environmental like effect.
Oh,
in
I
Florida.
mean,
That's like a specific ass number, dude.
That is very specific.
How do you determine an animal won't have an impact in a certain state?
You just have to find out how they live
You
and
put.
what they
I'll
live
tell you
like.
how
No,
right
okay,
now.
look.
You put it in the Everglades, Tino.
Literally.
Fucking
You know what? You're
idiot.
right. You're right. You do actual experiments and you put them
Yeah.
outside. No.
And you watch it.
like
you put
with
a tag on
tegus.
it.
A lot of people didn't think tegus could go up,
Because
or
people
green
are
iguanas that
stupid.
could go further up.
Because people are fucking stupid. That's like pet keepers.
But that's not
thought
how they
that.
live.
Pet keepers thought
Green
that.
iguanas. That's not how green
Roasting
iguanas
you?
live.
Thought that.
Yo, if you have a pet, Chuck is roasting you right
Yeah.
now.
Pet keepers thought that did
Roasting.
not know about the animals themselves. Tegus,
You're a pet keeper.
Tegus can take the cold everywhere. They're in Argentina for the fuck of shit. Argentina. What do you know about Argentina? Most people don't know shit. It's cold as
Amazing
fuck.
steak.
It's cold
was
as
there.
fuck. He was there for sure.
They have
But it
reverse
was cold.
holidays.
It gets cold as fuck where the tegus are.
They have Christmas
So why
during
would
summer.
they not survive here? You fucking idiots. You
Because there's
fucking
not enough
idiots.
mountains. I figured it out.
Florida doesn't have mountains. They can't live here.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. That's
Yeah.
exactly. They are the peak of the mountain.
Where are they gonna dig? Into the water underground? That doesn't make sense.
yeah. There's no.
There's
way.
sinkholes
if
here
that tegus-
and swamps.
if
Yeah,
the
they can't live near Crutchfield all around his house. They
If the
can't.
tegu went in the water, it would be legally a caiman lizard.
Oh my god.
Is that not how it works?
Caiman lizards are water tigers. That's
Is that
that's
not
the
how it
thing.
works?
That's the
That's
definition.
so you can find both.
Jeez. But
So-
okay, give me an example of an animal that could not possibly live in Florida, where you're like, absolutely not, no way.
I can't think of.
Almost any invertebrate probably can.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
Terrestrial
Uh,
invertebrate.
and also,
I
and
know-
also, you gotta compare north
I can
to
list
South
five.
Florida.
5 animals right now that can't live in
Here we
Florida.
go with this bullshit.
Let's go with this.
Yoshi's ball pythons, Yoshi's blue tongue skinks, Yoshi's all turtles, Yoshi's gargoyle geckos, and Yoshi's rhino iguana.
Most of
All of those cannot live in Florida.
Dude, I found
You
you
heard
right
that
going
guy?
outside.
Shut
heard
up.
this stupid motherfucker.
Yoshi's.
stupid.
It was only mine.
You
Trust me, FWC.
Yeah.
We got
I
this.
found-
You know
I
you're not the
found the
only one
rhino
that has found a
outside.
rhino outside.
No. That's fine, but Yoshi's cannot live there.
That's right, you're right.
because there's not enough cuddles. There's not
You're
enough
right.
pets. There's not enough hand feeding videos.
He does that through the racks
Right.
of everything, including the iguana instead of rack.
Yeah, well, that's why they can't survive because they only know the rack, which is why I'm saying racks are good because then the animals don't get trained to be outside. I figured it out. I figured out invasive issues.
Keep everything in racks.
What do you think like Burmese lived in? Like mansions?
Racks.
And now where they at Everglades?
They figured it out, guys. I was wrong. If you're listening to this, you're a reptile lover, all right? And what do we all need? We need supplies. So we got you covered. Head on over to imperialreptiles.com and use the code REPTILESWITH to get a specific discount special to us and our listeners for your reptile supplies today. One more time, that's imperialreptiles.com. Use the code REPTILESWITH.
See, the only way to know is you throw them out there. That's how you figure it. Will you live out there? All right, we'll check in a couple
you
years.
just compare what they like, where they live and what they eat. And
But you can't even think of anything. There's
what do you
nothing
mean that cannot.
Dude,
Like,
there's
you can't
thousands
think
of
that cannot.
species.
Like species that live like in colder templates, they cannot go
Templates.
south, like, whatever temperate.
Our studio is falling apart.
Yo, my brain is Arena right now. God damn, dude. Like colder temperatures cannot survive in South Florida, but in North Florida is pretty cold, so they can probably survive there.
No, right.
It depends what habitat.
Of course, but do you think Florida is so diverse that anything could live here? Here we have
most things.
We'll throw to the audience.
Most
Do you
things.
guys think is
Wait.
Crested
Talking to the
geckos.
mic. Talking to the mic. If you're going to
You
answer,
think
talking to the mic.
crested
like
geckos.
dry. What do you call it?
like Euromastics?
Arid.
We have tortoises, bitch.
We have Euromastics.
We have tortoises.
We have Euromastics. No, we
Alright.
do, but like that's.
All right, they're going to give us, they're going to,
Yeah.
Crested geckos.
Crested geckos.
Why not?
because they just need to be in a forested area.
I don't know.
heavily
Yeah,
forested
that's
area.
it. The sun doesn't hit in the forest, then they're cool enough.
What about other geckos? House geckos, tokay geckos, they're here.
Hold up, for the crested, do you think the cold will take them out?
It'll
Depends
get too
where.
cold.
Depends where. Like if you're talking south, I feel like they probably survive depending
Yeah.
on where. Like day geckos have, but day geckos can't survive up here. It's two different. Like
Yeah, yeah.
It's just because it's one state doesn't mean the whole.
No,
fucking state
right,
is the
right,
same
right.
Habitat.
We would-
Florida.
we would
Again,
sustain-
It don't too cold.
If you okay, obviously
It's too
don't.
cold in Florida.
But if you got a bunch of breeding pairs, release them in a specifically designated area, we probably could have a breeding population of crested geckos or ragdactylus geckos in Florida.
Yeah.
I know.
yeah,
we're
of
like
course.
out here trying to be like FWC. Don't take out our animals.
FWC,
but-
listen, there is no whitelist. There's no animals that cannot survive in Florida. That's what we're
What?
saying.
Yeah, so banning everything.
Basically.
Yo, timestamp all of that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Cut
kidding.
that all
I'm kidding.
out.
Like,
Because
but that's-
I'm trying to think.
yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Good
Maybe
luck.
collapse.
No, bro.
A Galapagos tortoise? You think they could survive?
Bro.
Where are they gonna live?
Hold up. Florida had the largest fucking species
Okay,
of
before
tortoise in the
people.
world.
It was 4 inches.
Yes.
That's large, right?
Yo, forget people. The habitat. They lived in the habitat is what I'm trying to say. They can survive.
No, but people would find them. People would
They-
find the gut laps.
Yes, but they can
People be
survive.
like, "Oh, look,
what we're
move that
talking
away."
about. What we're talking about is they can survive.
Okay.
We're not talking about people affected. They can survive.
Year round.
Huh?
Year
Yes.
round, everything can survive year round here.
Yes. A lot of things. Not everything, but most things. Yeah. Bro, South Florida, come on, bro. I leave a lot of my animals outside at 55 degrees, and they can make it. South Florida does not get cold for that long.
Put your red-eye croc skink outside.
Whole different
Okay.
animal. I didn't say everything.
You know what? That might be one.
maybe
That
not.
might be one that can't.
Maybe not.
It gets too
Something-
hot. It gets too hot
It's
here.
the cold
Bro,
A lot
if
of
it's
species
this,
that can't live outside, man.
blood pythons.
what?
Then you don't. Maybe not a blood python.
Bro, you
I
know
think
how
blood
hot
pythons
it gets
could.
outside in the summer?
That's
yeah,
fine.
but there's a bro. If you go outside and you go to a forested area, you
Look,
don't feel it.
you can't survive that long outside in Florida. We can't. We can't. It's too fucking hot out
I
here.
can't, dude. I
You
can't.
know?
You're talking for
We
yourself.
would die. So like
No.
these animals know how to get away from the heat.
Yeah, like tortoises. You know what tortoises do? They dig a burrow.
No, tortoises like it hot.
Say one
Tortoises
more
like
They
it hot.
dig
They're
a
over there.
burrow. No, literally.
But yeah,
go
yeah,
for
yeah.
tortoises, build a burrow. Boom, it's cool down there. That's why you can't see mostly snakes because all the snakes go in the burrows with them. They're like, fuck this heat.
They're cohabing.
Literally, they are.
I'm trying really hard
4.
to find a species
Oh.
that can't
That
live
would
in
not
Florida.
survive.
That could not survive.
Florida is so diverse.
Marine
and-
iguanas.
It's because
What are you talking about? The keys is perfect, dude. It'd be a party out there.
yeah, it's just it's hard because Florida's so big.
and so diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Flowers rat snake.
There are no caves.
Yeah, they are.
But underground.
Devil's
Yeah,
Den.
they are.
The caves are underground.
No, there's actual caves.
They're above ground caves.
Yes, North
I don't know
Florida.
that these exist.
North Florida. And we're talking about the whole state. That's the thing.
Look, rat snakes are just gonna survive everywhere.
Yeah.
They're just everywhere.
So, are we trying to keep our animals or fucking not?
You wanted tortoises? Egyptians.
why wouldn't
Why not?
Egyptians live here?
Bro, the humidity will kill them like that.
Oh, the Greeks then too.
No. I feel
Greek
like
tortoises.
Greeks would be- It depends
Tino.
on what
Maybe.
locality.
Maybe year roundness.
Oh, Chuck showing us caves in
That's
Florida.
cool.
I want to
bats
go.
live in-
I want to
no,
go.
bats live in there. Yeah, of course,
So,
yeah.
come on, bro.
Yeah.
Florida has almost everything but mountains.
So
In
no
most-
tegus.
That is different. Tegus are throughout the whole. They're not. They don't only live in
No,
mountains.
tegus live in all of Argentina's mountains.
No, it's not.
You
Argentina
can
is
ask
a
this
mount-
guy. He was there.
Yo, did you see a mountain in
He walked
Argentina?
the whole thing. He walked from north to south. This motherfucker walked from north
It was
to
just
south.
like this the whole time. Up and down. Up.
And every time he went up, shit, Tegus. He went down, no Tegus. Went up, Tegus. Went down, no Tegus.
That's how it works, man.
Damn,
Can't argue
he
with
didn't
science.
even get to see a single fucking tegu out there.
No, it's not nothing.
That's whack.
You're whack, dude.
So how are we feeling then? Are we feeling like this thing's gonna be any like?
They can win the boa. They can win the boa case.
I think
Yeah.
it's just gonna die down.
Yeah,
They'll die
it
down.
will die down. They can win the boa case.
Like if USARK thought this was gonna be the smoking gun to like defunding FWC or like.
no,
getting-
it's not.
getting-
It's not doing anything. It's not
not
Do
even.
you think? Do you think that this situation helps what's gonna happen here in May with the legislation?
No,
No.
quite the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I think it'll be worse.
Really?
Quite the opposite, yeah.
Yeah, because
Why?
so I think I don't know who was I think Tyler was telling me there was a FWC did like a post, a story, something saying that they were gonna resort back to their old policies about comments, and it's like, all right, we're gonna start censoring the comments because. Like I said, there's too many people just being like,
Dude,
what about the boa on their
did
turtle
you see
posts?
Did you see what Ron posted?
No.
Ron was like, "Oh, look at this fucking government agency that's taking off these comments when we're supposed to have free speech." I was like,
It is a
nice.
thing, though.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
That is the
Instagram doesn't
thing.
have free speech, but yeah, like that's so crazy. Because of this, FWC be like, yeah, these people are psychotic. These people are nuts.
I don't think FWC should be able to delete the comments, honestly. But
I don't think they should either.
Yes, they're right. You can delete your comments.
no, they can't. It's
They're a
it's
government
political-
organization.
Yeah, they can't.
That doesn't
They're a
matter.
government
Yeah,
organization.
politicians can't.
Really? They can't
Yeah,
delete
politicians
comments on their
can't.
posts?
Yeah, politicians can't.
Huh.
They
Interesting.
have to stay there. But like, with the way
But I'm
I
a
see the
private
problem-
user of Instagram.
This is where I see the problem.
FWC is not private.
This is where I see the problem. What USARK is doing right now is, hey,
Good job.
well, in the aspect of solving this problem, kind of, it's like, okay, let's go after FWC because they're coming after us. Now, let's say FWC just fixes the problem, right? Let's say they fire those officers
Yeah.
and they get what they wanted. Let's say they stop the bolt guns, right? Let's say they do that. USARK has not addressed the way that they would stop the invasive species, and that's been the problem from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So that's not the problem. That's not the talk anymore.
No.
They don't want to hear that. USARK, Daniel literally said, I don't want to hear that stuff anymore on one of their lives. And I literally left.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want to hear that stuff anymore. I'm like, okay, avoid the problem that was from the beginning. Solve this one. Guess what happens? You missed out on that one.
Well, I kind of disagree a little bit. USARK, it started because of the invasive problem. The invasive problem means that reptile
USARK
keepers
FL.
aren't.
FL.
Yeah. USARK
USARK
started
FL.
because
Yeah.
these people were like, hey, there's a lot of invasives. It's because of the pet keepers. We're going to
Yep.
do legislation to take the pets away. USARK was like, hey, that's government outreach. Or government overreach. You cannot take away the pets, whatever, this, that, and the other. So this is like an instance where the government is taking the pets away, quote, quote. And so that's really what USARK's beef is about. Is
But
like
they don't want to talk about the
preventing government
invasives anymore.
overreach.
Because then part of the argument on one of the videos, if you watch, it's not a live, it's an actual video. He's like, yeah, because they found a retake in the wild and it had no chip, so that might as well be a wild retake. I'm like, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. Yes, they found a fucking retake outside. And it wasn't coffees, no. But they found a retake outside. Where did it come from? Where did it come from?
It's native.
Bromeliad.
There you go.
It's native.
Got it.
Nah.
Something that somebody did say is that a lot of like these organizations were being like, like they're promoting, 30 invasive species killed, when it wasn't that. Like burns are the invasive ones, but retics aren't invasive, and then obviously
Retics were here for a little bit, but no populations like that.
Yeah.
But like, they are not from here either. They're not native. They're just somebody's fucking pets, and they can be invasive if done.
yeah. If
like,
done correctly, you were gonna say, you were gonna say that, dude.
yeah, if done correctly, if you're evil enough and you want to do it, you can pull it off.
Yeah. That's ecological terrorism.
Really?
Not really.
Oh, the fuck?
Yeah,
you just
ecological
say it was
terrorism
worse.
means something else. But
Yeah.
to me, that is ecological. Like if you
It sounds-
poison
you know
a water
It sounds
supply.
pretty legit.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what Tino said the other day?
What?
Tino was having an argument with God knows who, because Tino argues with everybody.
Yeah.
And somebody said like a word, and Tino's like, "No, that's made up." And I was like, "Tino, all words are made up,
Okay, but some words mean things.
but they're
Most
all made
words
up."
don't mean anything.
What?
Yeah, like what does that mean?
That's
It
not
doesn't
a
mean,
word.
Yes, it is. It's a bunch of letters put together,
Okay,
and I
but-
just made it up. What's the difference between that and any words you're
Okay,
using?
so now use it every day.
I
put
can't.
it
No,
in
no. See,
context,
some words have meaning, some don't.
but the word that the person. Oh my god.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's gonna go left.
Yeah,
again.
I think that this update was super necessary because with how soon we recorded the last one, like,
and everybody's
so
watching
much
us
new
too,
shit
so
just
like they
fucking
need to
came-
know the information.
Everybody is watching us. It's crazy. But I mean, do you think anything new is gonna come out? Are we gonna have to give a fucking part 3 to this shit?
probably the part 3 once after that meeting and all that shit. Watch.
Yeah.
Maybe when a
Just watch.
lawsuit ends, because the
Bro,
lawsuit's
that
coming.
shit takes
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
It takes years sometimes.
That's what I'm saying,
In
yeah.
the process of that, bro.
Also,
You're suing a government agency. That's hard.
USARC, FL, come on the podcast. FWC, come on the podcast.
That'd be fire.
I want to see
Man.
if USARC is gonna support coffee. No.
What do you mean support them?
Like,
Bro.
supplying with lawyers.
No,
or
I'm
something.
gonna
USARC
right now.
FL. We
No,
have to
yeah.
clarify that.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because
They're
it's two different things.
organizations.
Oh,
They just
really?
share a name. Yeah.
Oh.
This is one thing that like just threw me off about it too.
What?
Coffee, $250,000 is what he's asking on a GoFundMe.
Coffee. The reptiles with coffee.
Nah, dude. You know what I mean, bro? Like,
I mean, he needs
250
lawyers expensive. Lawyers are
250?
expensive.
Yeah.
Especially for suing a
Did you say
government
250
agency.
million?
thousand.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was
But
like,
listen,
goddamn, bitch.
Nah, listen. Yeah, lawyers and shit. And then USARC Florida, what are they saying?
They reckon like 4 million every reptile show.
No, but they're like, yo, you need to support us too because lawyers and we have the best lawyers in the state. And
Yeah, but
wait a fucking
remember that organization protects the broader reptile community, not individuals.
They're talking like they're pushing for this.
Well, okay, but how do you protect the broader community if you don't defend one person?
So
yeah,
they're
but if
literally
this guy
calling-
has
wait,
an
wait,
issue,
wait.
then the next person's gonna be
No,
like, "Yo, why
no.
the fuck didn't you help me?"
Yeah,
Isn't
their
USARC
organization is to prevent government overreach.
Hold on. Isn't USARC? I'm pretty sure they were talking about already pushing for like the stop. They would stop killing pets until whatever the fuck is over. You have to sue for that. They said they were pushing for that, so you are getting involved in this, but they're not gonna help Coffee out. So Coffee is asking for $250,000, and part of the reason was emotional damage. Like, we owe you, motherfucker. We don't owe you that.
Emotional
The state owes
damage.
him
Yeah, the state owes you that, but now people have to donate their money to help
Hey,
these
he's
things.
getting the money back on the retics.
That's literally what I think it is. I swear to God. Because that's what business people are. I don't know the guy, but that's what it comes across as. So I'm like, yeah, fuck that.
My thing is, he didn't even bother to grandfather the snakes that he couldn't sell,
As far
or
as we know,
give them.
Yeah,
Give
he
them
could've-
away.
No, because he needed the money. He wanted the money, of course, because he spent money on them. He wants the money back.
He wanted an extinction to keep selling.
Yeah, so
I think I need to know better I mean, not that somebody owes me an explanation, but the timeline of this, because that's the thing that I'm honestly just getting confused about.
Yeah.
Because it's difficult.
It is
difficult.
confusing. A lot of legal mumbo jumbo, a lot of legal evasion, a lot of legal not telling citizens shit. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
government.
Something that I've learned
government.
about these podcasts, especially if you watch the podcast, is that eventually this arm is just going to be purple from how hard Chuck hits me. He fucking beats my ass, dude.
whoa, it's your arm, dude. Stop.
You don't want to beat my ass? All
You're,
right, we got anything else for this shit?
No,
no.
I'm kind of done talking about
Yeah?
it.
Yeah.
All right, well, leave the comments, do the thing, etc. This was the Reptiles with Podcast.